Have you ever met someone in their 80s who moves with the energy of someone decades younger? While most people assume aging means inevitable decline, science reveals a different story. The difference isn't just luck, it's how they move, think, and live. If you can still do even a few of the things we're about to explore, you're not just aging well, you're aging in reverse. These aren't random quirks, they're measurable signs of strength, resilience, and longevity. Let's dive into the 8 rare abilities most 80-year-olds lose, but you might still have. 1. Standing up without using your hands. The ability to rise from a seated position without hand assistance is more than a minor convenience, it's a cornerstone of functional independence. This movement demands coordinated effort from your quadriceps, glutes, hamstrings, and core stabilizers, reflecting your body's capacity to generate force against gravity. As we age, muscle mass declines at 3–5% per decade after 30, accelerating post-70. Those who retain this ability often preserve type Roman II muscle fibers crucial for explosive power. A 2012 British Journal of Sports Medicine study tracked 1,200 adults over 5 years, finding that individuals unable to stand unaided faced a 4x higher fall risk and 2x mortality rate. The test's simplicity masks its complexity. It evaluates neuromuscular efficiency, joint mobility, and proprioception. For instance, knee extension strength below 1.5 nanometers per kilogram predicts dependency. To train, integrate seated leg lifts. Sit tall, extend one leg parallel to the floor, hold 5 seconds and lower slowly. Perform 3 sets of 10 reps daily. Mini squats, heels grounded, chest forward, build strength. Progress by holding light weights. Focus on eccentric control, lowering phase to enhance muscle resilience. Avoid compensations like leaning forward, use a mirror to ensure vertical alignment. For advanced trainees, try sit-to-stand drills on a lower chair to mimic real-world challenges. Remember, consistency trumps intensity. 10 minutes daily preserves strength better than sporadic workouts. 2. Walking briskly without getting windy. A brisk walk reveals your cardiorespiratory fitness, measured as VO2 max oxygen uptake. A 2020 meta-analysis in JAMA Network Open found that faster walkers 3 mph had 15% lower mortality risks, regardless of BMI. Why? Efficient oxygen delivery reduces arterial stiffness and inflammation. Slow walkers 2 miles per hour often exhibit mitochondrial dysfunction, impairing cellular energy production. Gait speed correlates with telomere length, a biomarker of aging. For example, a 65-year-old maintaining a 3 miles per hour pace may have telomeres akin to a 50-year-old's. The late for an appointment pace engages the sympathetic nervous system, boosting heart rate to 60–70% of max. To improve, practice interval walking. Alternate 1-minute burst at 4 miles per hour with 2-minute recovery walks. Do this 3x weekly. Incorporate hill walking to strengthen calves and glutes, which pump blood back to the heart. Monitor perceived exertion RPE scale. Aim for 5/6, challenging but sustainable. Nutritional synergy matters. Nitrate-rich beetroot juice enhances endothelial function, improving microcirculation. A 2019 European Heart Journal study showed 250 milliliters daily increased walking endurance by 20%. Prioritize posture, tight hip flexors, restrict stride length, stretch daily, lunge stretches with torso rotation, open the psoas. Track progress via fitness apps, aim for a 10% speed increase over 6 months. 3. Balancing on one foot for 10+ seconds. Balance is a triad of vision, vestibular input, and somatosensory feedback. The 10-second single leg stand SLS assesses this integration. A 2022 neurology study linked SLS failure to a 32% higher stroke risk, as microvascular brain damage impairs motor control. Age-related declines in the cerebellum's Purkinje cells reduce error correction during movement. Proprioceptive nerve sensitivity drops 15% per decade, increasing fall risk. To train, start with tandem standing heel to toe for 30 seconds before progressing to SLS. Use a wall for fingertip support initially. Focus on ankle strategy. Subtle sway corrections originate from the foot's intrinsic muscles. Wear minimalist shoes to enhance plantar sensory feedback. For advanced practice, try unstable surfaces. Fold a towel into a wedge and stand on it. Add cognitive load, recite the alphabet backward while balancing to challenge dual tasking, which mirrors real-world scenarios. Yoga poses like Virabhadrasana tree pose integrate hip stability and mindfulness. Strengthen hip abductors with clamshells, 3 sets of 12 reps to prevent lateral instability. Address vision dependence. Practice balance with eyes closed 50% of the time. Consider vibration training. Whole body vibration plates stimulate muscle spindles, improving postural control by 18% over 8 weeks per a 2021 Journal of Aging research study. 4. Getting up from the floor without help. The floor to stand maneuver tests global musculoskeletal health. It requires ankle dorsiflexion, knee flexion, hip mobility, and core engagement. A 2014 European Journal of Preventive Cardiology study found each point lost in this test scored ZO10 correlated with a 21% higher mortality risk. Joint stiffness in the thoracic spine often sabotages fluid movement. Arthritic knees affecting 50% of adults over 65 reduce squat depth, forcing reliance on hands. To master this skill, practice the sit-to-stand ladder. Begin seated on a bench, place hands on hips and stand. Gradually lower the surface to floor level. Use a foam pad under knees for comfort. Strengthen posterior chains with bridges. Lie supine, lift hips while squeezing glutes for 5 seconds. Progress to single-leg bridges. Improve thoracic mobility with cat-cow stretches 10 reps daily. For wrist flexibility critical for push-off, roll a ball under palms for 2 minutes. Nutritional support. Collagen peptides 10G/day enhance tendon elasticity, as shown in a 2018 nutrients trial. Integrate ground-up living. Eat meals on the floor, play with pets, or do floor-based yoga, for example, sun salutations. Prioritize symmetry. Many favor one side, creating muscular imbalances. Film your attempt to analyze form. Ideal execution takes 5 seconds with no hand support. For those with severe limitations, use a resistance band looped underfoot to assist standing. Consistent practice can improve scores by 3+ points in 6 months. 5. Carrying groceries without strain. Grip strength is more than a measure of hand power, it's a window into your body's resilience. The ability to carry heavy grocery bags without trembling or dropping them reflects the synchronized efficiency of your nervous system, muscles, and connective tissues. When you grip a handle, your brain sends signals through the spinal cord to activate motor neurons in the forearm and hand. These neurons recruit muscle fibers in the flexor digitorum profundus, flexor pollicis longus, and other key muscles, which contract to stabilize the load. Simultaneously, tendons like the flexor retinaculum distribute tension, while joint receptors monitor pressure to prevent injury. A strong grip isn't just about raw force, it's about neuromuscular coordination honed through regular use. Studies show that grip strength declines by 10–15% every decade after age 50, often due to sarcopenia, age-related muscle loss, and reduced neural activation. However, maintaining grip power through resistance training can slow this process. For instance, research published in The Lancet found that a 5 kg decrease in grip strength correlates with a 16% higher risk of heart disease. Why? Stronger individuals tend to have better vascular function, lower inflammation, and healthier metabolic profiles. Daily habits like opening jars, carrying laundry, or even shaking hands rely on this strength. To train grip effectively, integrate functional exercises. Farmer's carries holding heavy dumbbells at your sides, plate pinches clamping weight plates together, or towel pull-ups. Even simple adjustments like using thicker-handled tools, for example, wrapping a towel around a water bottle, can amplify engagement. Over time, these practices build both muscular endurance and tendon stiffness, a critical factor in preventing strains. Remember, grip strength isn't just about holding objects, it's a biomarker of systemic vitality. 6. Climbing stairs without pausing. Stair climbing is a full-body stress test that reveals the interplay between cardiovascular fitness, muscular power, and balance. Each step demands concentric contractions in the quadriceps, glutes, and calves to propel your body upward, while eccentric control from hamstrings and hip flexors stabilizes descent. Simultaneously, your heart rate surges to deliver oxygen-rich blood to working muscles, and your lungs increase ventilation to expel carbon dioxide. The ability to ascend a flight without gasping or gripping the railing indicates efficient aerobic capacity VO2 max and muscular efficiency. Research from the European Journal of Preventive Cardiology found that individuals who could climb 4 flights of stairs in under a minute had half the mortality risk of those who couldn't. This is because stair climbing mimics high-intensity interval training HIIT, which boosts mitochondrial density in cells, a key factor in energy production and aging. Beyond cardio benefits, the vertical motion strengthens bones through ground reaction forces up to 1.5 times body weight, reducing osteoporosis risk. To improve stair performance, incorporate drills like step-ups, using a bench with added weights, or bounding, explosively jumping 2 steps at a time. Even small changes like taking stairs 2 at a time or carrying light dumbbells can enhance leg power. For those with knee concerns, focus on hip mobility and core stability to reduce joint stress. Stair climbing isn't just a chore, it's a litmus test for your body's engine. 7. Remembering recent details clearly. Cognitive clarity is a hallmark of a brain resisting the effects of time. The ability to recall a recent conversation or remember where you placed your keys hinges on the hippocampus, a seahorse-shaped structure critical for memory consolidation. As we age, this region shrinks by about 1% annually after 60, impairing the transfer of short-term memories to long-term storage. However, neuroplasticity, the brain's adaptability, allows new neural pathways to form, especially when challenged. A study in Nature Neuroscience revealed that adults who learned a new language over 6 months showed a 3% increase in hippocampal volume. This rewiring isn't limited to language. Mastering a musical instrument, solving puzzles, or even navigating a new route home stimulates synaptic growth. The prefrontal cortex, responsible for executive function, also benefits from mental engagement. For example, multitasking like cooking while recalling a recipe strengthens working memory. Physical exercise complements this by increasing brain-derived neurotrophic factor BDNF, a protein that fuels neuron growth. Social interaction further sharpens cognition by activating the brain's theory of mind network, which interprets others' intentions. To optimize memory, pair mental challenges with sensory-rich experiences. Associate names with vivid images, repeat information aloud, or write by hand, which engages motor memory. Even diet plays a role. Omega-3 fatty acids from fish, antioxidants in berries, and magnesium in leafy greens all support neural health. Forgetfulness isn't inevitable, it's a sign your brain craves stimulation. 8. Waking up refreshed. Sleep is the body's nightly tune-up, and waking energized signals optimal recovery. During deep sleep stages 3-4, the glymphatic system flushes out metabolic waste like beta-amyloid linked to Alzheimer's, while growth hormone surges to repair tissues. REM sleep, meanwhile, consolidates memories and processes emotions. Disruptions to these cycles, whether from insomnia, sleep apnea, or fragmented rest, impair glucose metabolism, weaken immunity, and accelerate cellular aging. A Harvard study found that women who slept poorly had shorter telomeres, chromosome caps linked to longevity equivalent to 1.2 additional years of aging. Light exposure governs circadian rhythms via the suprachiasmatic nucleus, which regulates melatonin release. Morning sunlight, especially within the first hour of waking, synchronizes this clock, ensuring melatonin peaks 12-14 hours later. To maximize this effect, pair sunlight with a consistent wake-up time even on weekends. Other sleep hygiene strategies include cooling the body, lowering room temperature to 65 degrees Fahrenheit, 18 degrees Celsius mimics the natural nocturnal drop in core temperature, enhancing slow-wave sleep. Limiting blue light, screens emit wavelengths that suppress melatonin. Switch to reading a physical book or listening to calming music an hour before bed. Mindful breathing, techniques like the 4-7-8 method: inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 7, exhale for 8 activate the parasympathetic nervous system, reducing stress. Diet also matters. Magnesium-rich foods, nuts, seeds promote GABA activity, a neurotransmitter that calms the brain, while avoiding late-night caffeine prevents adenosine receptor blockage. Prioritize sleep and your body will repay you with sharper cognition, stronger immunity, and slower aging. Conclusion. If you recognized yourself in these signs, you're not just lucky, you're doing something right. Aging doesn't have to mean decline. It can mean strength, clarity, and vitality if you keep moving, challenging yourself, and staying engaged. Your next step: pick one ability from this list and focus on maintaining it. Small efforts today add years to your life. Thank you for watching. If this inspired you, hit like, subscribe, and share with someone who needs to see it. Let's build a community of people who refuse to fade. See you in the next video. Stay strong, stay curious, and keep defying time.